This is Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. I'm Joe Reed, and I've had Emily Connelly with me for the entire week. She's an editor at AudioFile, and she's been really sharing some very cool books.
Hi, Joe. Happy to talk today about another book, this time for middle grade readers, called Buffalo Dreamer. And it's written by Violet Duncan and narrated by Ashley Callingbull. And this one's actually a National Book Award finalist for this year in the Young People's Literature category.
And tell me about it.
Sure. So, this is a story of a 12-year-old girl's family vacation. She's going up with her mom and younger brother to see their family on the Cree reservation in Canada. And she starts having these strange dreams and slowly starts to realize there's actually a lot of meaning and history behind those dreams. And they are parallel to what she's seeing play out in real life on that reservation. And Ashley Callingbull, I think this is the first time she's narrated an audiobook, but interestingly, she's Miss Universe Canada.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I had no idea who she was.
Yeah, and I thought she gave a really nice, very sweet and meaningful narration of the audiobook. She gives the younger characters that we meet here a more youthful voice and a lot of heart. And for the older characters, especially the grandparents that this character Summer talks to, more gravity and depth to her narration. So it was a nice, short audiobook, only 2.5 hours long. And I think that's great to have for kids who might be intimidated by a longer story.
Now, you said this was a National Book Award finalist for young people's literature. What age range are we talking about?
That typically is anywhere from really like middle grade to YA. So those books for that
Okay.
award, it's anything that's targeted towards younger readers.
And as someone who's listened to it, where would you place it?
So the main character in this book is named Summer. She's 12, and I think it's definitely appropriate for a 12-year-old, would be appropriate also for someone as young as 8
Mhm.
years old, I would guess. It's talking about some hard things because it is also about the history of the residential schools in Canada and the United States. One of the main parts of this audiobook is that, we have Summer, who's our main character, all excited about getting to be with her family again, but she starts hearing the adults in her family talking about discovering unmarked graves of children who died at the residential school nearby. And she learns more about her family's history with that as well, including her grandfather, who was forced into one as a child. So it definitely is talking about heavier topics, but in a way that is approachable for kids and, sensitively done. And actually, at the end of the book, you hear from the author's note that it's partly inspired by the author's own experiences and her family's experiences.
And you say Ashley Callingbull is absolutely up to the task.
I think so. Yeah, we can listen to a little sample if you
Sure.
want. This is from the very beginning of the audiobook where Summer and her mom are in the car at the border, and her mom is arguing with the Border Patrol agent saying that she doesn't have to show her passport, that she has other documentation that does work.
Okay, this is Buffalo Dreamer by Violet Duncan, read by Ashley Callingbull.
My daughter is a minor. You don't get to talk to her, Mom says sharply, blocking his line of sight to me from his booth. I can ask in the presence of a parent, okay, Feisty? Retract your claws. He snickers on the last part. I feel my face flush and my heart start to race. Mom, let's just give him the passports, I whisper. No, Summer, it's our right. Mom turns back to the officer and addresses him calmly. Don't you know the law around here? It's written right here in the J Treaty. She hands the man a folded copy of the document. Mom always keeps extra copies of the treaty in the glove compartment of our car, along with copies of our birth certificates, immunization records, number for important contacts like our lawyers and doctors, and a stash of emergency cash. Mom is always prepared. The officer's wearing those glasses with the mirror tint, so I can't see his eyes. But I imagine at this moment, they're probably bulging out. He stammers something and shuts his window with a snap.
God, that's the kind of mom scene that when you're 12 years old, you just want to put your head under a car seat.
She's like, "Mom, you're so extra.
And
Why are you
then,
doing this?"
yeah, and then when you get older, you realize, oh my God, my mom was so cool.
Yeah, so cool.
But Ashley's voice is very youthful, and her intonation to me seems spot on.
And it was interesting listening to this. As I said, there are dreams that she's having that she realizes eventually, maybe memories of someone who was escaping from the residential school.
Okay, that is Buffalo Dreamer by Violet Duncan, read by Ashley Callingbull. What a week. You had a good week.
Lots of different things to talk about this week.
Definitely. Well, I hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you next month.
Wonderful. Talk to you then.
Support from Dreamscape, an award-winning audiobook publisher, brings you today's episode of Behind the Mic. Dreamscape's catalog includes authors such as L.J. Shen, Frida McFadden, and Annie Ernaux. Behind the Mic is produced by Jessica Lockhart. Robin Whitten, Michelle Cobb, Emily Connelly, Alan Minskoff, and Kendra Winchester are our contributors. Jennifer Dell is our editor, and the music is William Russ Chernoff's Nomads 4-Way. And I'm your host, Joe Reed. Good listening.